our lecture about basic programming or programming basics. In this lecture we will discuss what are the basics that are used to create a program, to write a program for the developer or the programmer. See, the popular and widely used programming language for creating the computer program. A large variety of application programs and many modern operating systems are written in the C language. Now, language character sets. There are some character sets that are used to write any kind of high level language, and now we are discussing about the C, so we will discuss about the C character sets. Number one is letters. Following letters are used in the C language: A to Z capital letters, and that also known as uppercase, and small a to small z in small letter known as lowercase, and in the programming language small letter and caps letter are distinct, means they have different meanings in the capital letters and in the small letter. This is the one rule. Next, digits. C language comprise the following sequence of number associated with the 0 to 9 digits. We can use 0 to 9 digits, and the special characters. Some special characters are that contains the following their letter and digits and their specific meanings. Like some, here is a table about symbols and meaning of them. Okay, suppose in the table we are using that equal sign, then equal sign, brackets, less than, greater than, not equal to, plus, minus, underscore, plus sign, vertical bar, backslash. All these are the special characters that are also used in the C language. Next is reserved word. Reserved words means the words that contain the specific meanings or the specific purpose in the programming language. These words are the part of programming language and have the special purpose in the computer programs are called reserved words. They have predefined use and cannot be used for any other purpose. Reserved words are always written in the lower case. That is clear, dear student. You have to write the reserved word in lower case. There are 32 reserved words. Important thing. 32 reserved word. Auto, double, break. As their student, the name of the reserved word contain the meanings of their own, like break, else, enum, float, go to, if. These are called reserved words, specific purpose words. Next is header files. C language contains a number of standard functions in the library file to perform the various tasks in the C programming language. These tasks include all the input and output operations and all the math operations. Library files contain header files, and each header file contains a set of functions. Some commonly used header files are stdio, conio.h, and math.h. This is known as header file. Whenever we will write a program, then first of all we will discuss, we will explain, we will mention which kind of header file we are using in the start of a program. Some commonly used functions that are included in the stdio.h file are printf and scanf for read and write purpose. Some of the functions that are indicated in the conio.h files are cl, rscr, getch, getche. CLRSCR means clear screen, and getch means to get the result from the program or to get the value. Math.h header file that contains the mathematical functions when we are using the sqrt, power, log, sine, cos, and tan functions. It means the header file is the essential part of the C programming language, and we will write it in the start of a program. Whenever we will start the program, we must mention which kind of header file we are using in the programming language. In order to use a library function, the programmer must include the appropriate header file at the beginning of the program, as I earlier discussed. When source program is translated into the executable program, a copy of code of function is pasted in the source program by linker from the header file before creating the executable file. Why we are using header file? Dear student, there are a lot of library functions in the C program. Then when we will mention the specific header file, then our compiler or linker will directly go to that specific C library function. Structure of program. This is the basic structure of C program. The format according to which the program is written is called structure of program, and this is how to write a program. What are the sequence of a program? Number 1 is preprocessor directives, number 2 is the main function, and then curly brackets, then the local declarations, and after that we will use a function and the close that program. Suppose we are writing a program I love Pakistan. Then first of all we will include a header file. That is, this program consists of the three main parts, which are processor directives and main functions and the body. When I am including header file, this is the preprocessor directive, means the start of a program. Hashtag include stdio.h, and after that void main void, and in the curly brackets printf. I just print in quotation marks I love Pakistan, and the result will be I love Pakistan. Preprocessor directive. Preprocessor directives are instructions for the C compiler. Every C compiler program contains certain preprocessor directives at the beginning of the program. Before translating C language program into the machine language, the compiler C language carries out the preprocessor directives. Then these directives start with the number of hashtag hash sign, and the most commonly used preprocessor directives are the hash include and also hash define. But in our 10th class, dear student, we will use only hash include preprocessor directive. It has the following syntax: hash include and header file name, like include stdio.h or include conio.h or include maths.h. When preprocessor directives when preprocessor is carried out by the C compiler, it will search for the header file that is written within a less than and greater than symbols. It means which kind of header file is being used in that program, and then copy it into the source file. In above program, the header file stdio.h is used. It tells the C compiler to copy the stdio.h. It will copy them header file and into the program. The stdio.h file stands for standard input output header. It includes the standard printf and scanf functions for input and output, or for read and write functions, and for to read and write a program. In the above program, the printf function is used. Therefore, it is required to include this header file in the include preprocessor directives. Next is main function. Main function C program consists of one or more functions. A function perform a single well-defined task, means which kind of function we are using. Every C program must have the function main, which is the first section of the executed when the program runs. The general form of main is void main void. The word void before the function main means that this function does not return a value, and the second word inside the brackets means that it does not have any arguments, means it will not return a value and there are no arguments in that function. The body of function in the program that is shown in the figure consists of a single statement printf when ends and it with end with semicolon. Printf is standard output function that will show the output at the monitor screen. The text to be printed is closed in the double quote and the statement in C is terminated with the semicolon. Therefore, a semicolon is used at the end of the printf statement. This program will print the message I love Pakistan and just print I love Pakistan that is written in the quotation mark. Next is comments and in C language. It is good programming practice to add a comment in the program to make it easy for the other to understand it. Whenever we write a comments in the programming language, then the comments means it helps for the new programmer what is the written in that program or what are main functions used in that program. Comments are added in the program when a fact is necessary to be brought to the attention of the program's reader. Generally, programmers write the comments at the beginning of the program, explaining the reader what the program is intended to achieve and inside the program code where something is to be called or clarified about that program. There are two types of comments, dear student. Number one is single line comments and number two is a multiple line comments. Single line comments is used as a single line comment. The syntax of a single line comment is a comment single line comments. Example of single line comment is a programmer M. Sajjad Haider, means he writes the name of the programmer. Multiple line comments is used as multiple line static and multiple line is used for the multiple line comments. Comments can be spanned to the multiple lines as shown in the figure. Programmer name and programmer languages and date of a program. This is the multiple line comments. Dear student, in other words, we can say that if we are writing the just name of the program or the programmer name, we will write the single line comments used, and if we are writing detail about that programmer at that program or the date or etc., then we will write multiple line comments. The comments are used in the program. In this program, comment describe the purpose of a statement. Dear student, here is a program and we use the comments in that program. Void main void int a b sum product. User or the programmer initialize integer variables a, b, sum and product. Printf, he have to print the enter two numbers. Scanf %d, I will explain about what is a %d in the next chapter. Now here is a double line comment. There will read two numbers. And double line comments means first it will explain about the sum and other is product. Sum is equals to a plus b and other product is equals to a multiplied by b. Means the both sum and product are using the values of a and b, but they are using their own formula. And then printf and scanf. Dear student, this is the end of our lecture. Thank you very much.